So I want to show you one of the ways you can get a topographic map of an area. This is the viewer.nationalmap.gov website. So this is run by USGS, the U.S. Geological Survey, and they're an organization that deals a lot with maps. So good resource for us to use here. I know the place that I'm going to look for, roughly the area, so I want to maybe kind of walk you through finding a map if you're not entirely sure where to go. So I know that a nearby city is Palmyra, Wisconsin. I can zoom in and I've now got a point on there. I'm going to go ahead and clear that for now, maybe not. So we've got these grids on here and they're just named by near cities. Comes from some old surveying information. Alright, so Palmyra, and then I have to kind of look around here and remember where I'm at. So not so far as Eagle. I think I want to just zoom in more. Alright, getting in a little closer here. There it was. County Road H, down here. There we go. So the site I want to look for is it's near Bluff Road, which is here. It's called the Bald Bluff State Natural Area, and it's kind of in this zone here. So it's not painted up any different. Maybe I'll bring in the Google Maps version of that. So with the regular map, we've got these green areas that give us natural areas. And the place we're interested in is kind of this zone here. So east of this Kettle Marine Scenic Drive, and then it's a little bit split in the middle by Young Road here. I can turn on the satellite feature is a good way maybe to get a ballpark for tree coverage or not. So mostly forested here. Zoom in a little bit. There is actually a power line right of way that runs through here. So you'll see from the other map that we're on a county border, or this one here called County Line Road. So this is actually telling us that we're, I guess that county line border is a good place to put your power line. So one more I'm going to put on the terrain, and that just gives us the same green again, but now with some shading. And if I zoom out here, it's going to give us really rough topographic lines here. So not at the scale that we can get from the other site. And so I'll go back to that one, get our bearings again here. So we were looking at County Road H is that Kettle Moraine Scenic Drive. This is Young Road. It did that weird little bend here just north of the county boundary. So the site that was in green is this one that I'm highlighting here. So we would basically want this map, and let's see what we can do here. Put a pin in, see what happens. All right. So we put a pin in, and now over here in available products, it's giving me US topo and also historical topographic maps. The historic ones are interesting. Of course, they've been surveying and mapping for a long time. The newer ones have a lot of nice digital features that we can take advantage of. So you can see, for example, as I zoom in, this keeps getting crisper. That's the limit of my zoom there. And then it's got nice fine lines on there. So I want to get this map. So I'm going to do results over here for US topo. And one of the options is download. It's going to let me download this geospatial PDF, which is a heck of a file. It's 65 megabytes. And we're going to need to handle that with a different program here. So let's save that. And give it a minute to finish downloading. And we're going to grab that with the Acrobat Reader. I'm on a Mac, and the native Mac program Preview doesn't work with these files, or it doesn't show the layer option that we're going to need. All right, so we got our giant folder. Nope, do not want a tour. Giant file open here. I'm going to zoom in. As you zoom in, you can kind of get a feel for that digital nature of this file. These are all vector lines, so when lines are vectored, that means that you can zoom in basically infinitely, and they'll just keep being really sharp. So great advantage to the digital age we live in here. All right, pull that into our window. So again, County Road H, Kettle Moraine Scenic Drive. There's our county line. There's this little M-shaped operation there. And so we can see in much more detail here in these contour lines. So we know there's some hills here. This is some of the bluffs that this is named for. And could use this topographic information as well as the land cover information we got from the satellite map on the Google Maps to maybe decide on some habitat areas we want to investigate here. So for example, if you wanted to do maybe some transects and see if things are changing as you go up these slopes here, you could do a set of transects that are perpendicular to the slope lines. So crossing those lines means going uphill. Could investigate this area south of the road, contrast it with the area north of the road. Lots of different hypotheses you could come up with. A little bit too far in, but you could also investigate, say, this more open area without a slope compared against some of these areas that have slopes. So lots of different opportunities to investigate there.